Alcohol dulls your brain. It makes you do stuff that naturally you won't do. I remember the first time I got drunk, mistakenly though. I the Everything was just in another kind of weird feeling. I remember being in my room and I was praying to God that God should save me from that situation and stuff like that. So at that time I didn't have control over my emotions or anything. I could literally just do anything at that particular time. And I remember at a certain place that I was, we were just drinking. Someone got high and he got to a limit that he was drunk, and it's led one thing led to another. An altercation started, and before you knew what happened, bottles were being broken and stuff like that. So stuff like that made me to limit my intake of alcohol, and anytime I decide to take alcohol, I make sure I don't go beyond my limit.
For me, anyway, I would say the reaction I get from drinking is aggression. I don't know. I think most people that drink alcohol, they can relate. Once you are drunk, not even drunk, or if you are drinking, you just get this type of energy from you. It feels like you are from a different planet, and that energy is what will make you want to fight and want to, be violent. So as you are aware, that okay, drinking makes one feels this type of way. The best and most mature thing to do is just to control yourself, knowing that okay, you are going to definitely feel this way if you drink. Then come on, why would you go on and be fighting or start causing a mess? You get me? So that's my experience.
For me, alcohol makes me very, very confident. Like what I can't do in my normal self. Whenever I'm high, whenever I take almost like I do a lot of things that I'm like, wow, am I the one doing this thing? Sure, you get now. So you just take me to another planet, another world, like
another world.
Yeah.
So now, like, I have a question to ask.
Yes.
I have a question to ask.
Okay.
Like, has anybody ever tried bullets before? Do you think that thing is 16%?
Bullets.
Yes.
No, it's more than.
Exactly. So what was your experience about it? I've taken bullets before, but since that time I said never in my life. I'll never take that thing again in my life.
I've never taken bullet before.
You've never taken it before? No. Did anybody have it?
7-7, like everything will be 7-7, like God.
7-7.
Like
what happened the day that you?
Ha, hey, I went to heaven and came back.
Can you expatiate on that, please?
Hi. I just know I woke up the following morning. Like.
What did you do?
A lot.
A lot.
No.
Kingston said alcohol gives him energy and he feels angry whenever he takes alcohol. Aggressive. He said aggressive, right? It's the opposite for me. The time I took alcohol for the first time, I was actually very slow. I was calm. I was thinking about my life. I was just smiling.
What brand?
Maybe it's gin. You asked gin.
Smirnoff, yes. No, the one that's like Sprite.
The normal one.
Yes.
Not be vodka, like the normal.
Like the beer.
The palm wine.
I don't think alcohol makes you lazy because it does
But
your thinking.
No. For me, that's why I said my own.
People are wired different. I think there's a way that your system functions to make you like make use of these particular intoxicants. There's a way you take it. You can even channel it into reading, and you get product out of that. You can channel it into whatever activity that you're doing. Maybe you're working or something. Yeah.
So, have you tried?
Me, I've not tried any of these things before.
Are you sure?
How do you know?
How do you know that?
How do you know how to channel the energy?
Did I say I've not smoked before? Sorry if I said that. I was just lying. I've actually smoked, and the way I started smoking is actually a very long story because I didn't know I was going to smoke that day. So I just did it out of peer pressure, and look at me now. I'm still doing it, but it's not out of peer pressure.
It's a choice.
It's not a choice. But yeah, I think everybody have in life, there's just this theory that I have of life that for you to like fully enjoy life, you have to be on something, not necessarily drugs. You have to be. There are some people that are actually crazy, more crazier than people that do any of these substances. They have their natural craze in their head. Can't imagine say those kind of people still they take this kind of thing. So like everybody's just wired differently. That's basically what I'm going to say. And I want to put out a question general to everybody here. There's this thing that everybody says that person when they do alcohol or smoke weed, the person they do woman where. So I want to know like that statement, how true is it? Because I still know people where they do all these things. They do the woman
I
job.
once heard is saying that you cannot actually stop an addiction completely. The only way you can stop an addiction is replace that addiction with something else. So if you're not smoking, that you're not addicted to smoking, you're addicted to drinking. You're not addicted to drinking, you're addicted to something else. So it might be the womanizing he's talking about. So that's the thing. So if you're not womanized, you must still be addicted to something else. And in this world, there are so many addictions. You get.
No, from what you have said, I beg to differ. Because me now, I don't know, everybody has a everybody here, have a wrong perspective about me. If I say I don't drink or do any of I'm not addicted to anything, they will definitely protest. Do you understand? But I think I know myself better than anybody else. To say that, I'm not addicted to anything. I'm not addicted to anything.
Let me ask you a question now. You love alcohol now, right?
I don't love alcohol.
But you take it.
Yeah.
At any chance you have, you take it.
No, not at any. Depends.
So if I should bring an alcoholic drink to you now, you won't take it.
No, I will, but this situation, because now we are just chilling.
No.
The longest.
Hey, what's the longest you've gone without alcohol? Because I've gone months without alcohol.
Okay. Intentionally, right? I did like 31 days intentionally. But apart from that, since I don't take alcohol, at every opportunity I get, I don't think I've, been really addicted or been down that road so much. So I really can't tell.
I think we should even define addiction.
Let's
define addiction.
We're actually deviating from the question itself. Okay, now alcohol smoking now. It they give una any benefits? Abi anytime you take it always waste your time.
Exactly.
Some people.
This shisha something that people are taking. The ordinary one, not mixed one though. Me, anytime I take it, I do get honey.
Wow.
Yes. So anytime I take it, I do get honey. Something like that.
Shisha?
Yes.
Please tell me more.
I don't let me tell you something. It's not about this thing. It's not the mixture though. I do take the mixture, they'll mix it with loud, something like that. So I do take that one. But like the normal one, the normal shisha, anytime I do take that, just normal shisha, yes, with flavor and everything. Just normal one. It makes me go, you understand? So if I mix, and if they mix it and maybe the mixture is actually too much, I will actually be thinking about what I'm going to be tomorrow, what I really want to be. You understand? I'll be thinking like maybe I'm actually one rich person like that.
For me, seriously, alcohol is just a waste of time, waste of money and everything. There's no benefit.
Particularly speaking about the benefits of smoking marijuana. I don't smoke anything else. It's just marijuana. There's a huge barrier between people that don't smoke and people that smoke. If you don't smoke, you're never going to understand why somebody that smokes. That's something I know for sure. If you smoke, because me now, I smoke, I have control of how I smoke. I can decide to go for 30 days out of the blue and not smoke. That's why I feel like if we want to define addiction from this, I would say addiction is a mindset. Because there's a way that you set your mind to something. There's no way you're not going to achieve it. That's how I started. I actually didn't think that I would ever be able to go. I've smoked for a year long before without going for any break. On God.
365 days.
No cap. But then, like, after that, knowing that I can actually go for a 30 days break out of the blue without any reason, that's like something that I know that would let you know that addiction is a mindset. And the reason why I smoke It's not necessarily for fun. I think weed is a depressant. Everybody knows what it is. If you're hot tempered before you smoke, you're going to calm down. Weed helps you think. Have you heard Bob Marley? I'm speaking for myself. I'm going to speak for myself, and I'm going to speak from the perspective of one of the best weed smokers I know, Bob Marley. Bob Marley said that people that smoke weed, now only them go know what they feel. Because it helps you think. A car might just be passing. You're sober. You're just seeing it as a car just passing. That's not the same way you're going to see it when you're high. You're probably going to be thinking of the speed and the acceleration that this particular driver is using. So like, I know there's a big stereotype about people that smoke weed being wayward, people that smoke weed being unambitious and not having anything to do for themselves. But I can start naming a lot of people that have broke that barrier and that stereotype. So I'm just putting this out there. You don't have to look at weed smokers as people that are wayward and people that are jobless.
The intention, to take, to drink or to smoke is, as a result of you trying to change your mood or any situation you're in. Drinking or smoking does not bring positive change to the society. It's a personal thing. And, apart from the... it doesn't bring a negative change as well. So it's just neutral. And apart from the health reason or the health reasons of not doing any of these two, I don't think there's any other problem. One thing with people, in these Africans, they are just they are always sentimental, and, they just go with emotion over reason, 100% of the time. So, yeah, you can. So, if you drink or you smoke, I believe you are going to have, dimensions, perspectives about things. Do you understand? So, I think that's the benefit for me.
Two things he said that I want to counter. He said apart from the health effects of smoking and drinking, there is no other negative effect of all of those. How about people that smoke and then they drive? People that get high and drive? That's one disadvantage. And yes, of course, there are people that have broken barriers by being famous or successful, and still they do all the intoxicants. But how about the people that have suffered the negative effects? I feel like they are more than those who have been able to make something for themselves. You look at the society and you see people smoking, people drinking, and they are just useless to their family, to their society, and everybody.
That brought me to the example I was giving the other time. Like, I have a neighbor, and anytime the man smoke and he come home, it's always drama in the house. So the compound is always dry. So, but anytime this man drink, he go out, drink, and he's very drunk, and he come home. That's when we start hearing noise like, but with the wife will be shouting, yeah, leave me like it, this one down. That's when problem always happen. But whenever the problem is happening, it's helping us to laugh inside our room. Can't you see from that aspect?
It's not supposed to be funny.
It's funny because we tend to. It's fun, you get. He's abusing his life. So is he giving us a positive?
About that, I want to say these people that actually you drink and you go and drive, like, I don't think it's making any sense. It's actually those people, like me now. If you're in your right senses, you're in your own right senses, so you will not drink and you still go and drive. Do you want to die? Because I don't understand.
That once they drink, they will never agree to the fact that they are high. You get what? Yes. So they will still be like they are in control of the thing, and they'll go and drive. So you get. That was the time we went out. I and my friends. Thank God that day, none of us drove. So I drank and I got high. I couldn't move. I had to hold him for support. If I had come with the car, I wouldn't leave the car there. I would still definitely drive back. And trust me, that day it would have been a disaster. So back to the question of if it has any impact. To me, as someone that's taking alcohol, each time I take alcohol to the point that I lose control, I will left with this aftermath of regret. It gets after the time, because I hate the fact that I'm not in control of my emotions, my feelings, my actions at that particular time. See, I've gone to a place that I drank, I started dancing. I usually don't dance. I dance like the video is still. See, I don't know, it didn't trend. I have to beg them not to feel. It doesn't have any positive impact.
The negative effect of any of these two is personal, and that's your business. You did not handle it very well. Because yeah. Because for me now, if I go to the bar, I don't expect myself to drink 1 carton or 2 cartons. What do you expect of yourself if you drink 2 cartons? No matter how much, or how strong your brain is or whatever is, you are definitely going to get drunk and you're going to just mess up the whole place. So, no, I'm not speaking for myself now. Right now, I'm not speaking for myself. I'm just like saying on a general note that as a responsible person, adult, do you understand? That's why kids can't take alcohol, because they are the ones that are going to mess up the place. So as a responsible adult, if 1 bottle, 2 bottles, if you feel like you're tipsy, is fine. But you want to go beyond the level of being tipsy. You want to even go beyond the level of being drunk. So that's at that state. Come on, if you put your liver in so much, if you take so much alcohol, the organs, your body, your kidney, your liver, you are just putting them at risk. Eating as well, it makes your immune system stronger. So you imagine, say you don't drink like 5 cartons, bath like 24 hours, bros. What do you expect of yourself now? No, that one now you cause them for yourself. Now, being in that state makes you like a nuisance to the society. Before you know, you are thinking negatively. Do you understand? You are thinking negatively. You want to act negatively. Dancing, I don't even see that one as a negative thing because it's not harmful. You're in the club. There's no way. Why you not go dance? Do you understand? You never go club and only fruit juice and shit. So, alcohol gas day, smoke gas day, so that 1 or 2 vibes go day. Now the abuse of this, substance, makes it bad.
Intoxicants generally, it doesn't necessarily have to be weed, doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol. Intoxicating substance can be a prescription from a doctor. Intoxicating substance can be injections. So like, if you put all these things into play, and what she was saying about people driving under the influence, there's a reason why they call the law DUI, don't drive under influence. That one is on your personal conscience. It has nothing to do with the drug. Yeah, the fatalities that we do get from day to day is alarming based on all these DUIs and stuff. But then, if you're sane enough to know that you're high, you should be sane enough to stop yourself from driving. That's what I'm saying as the effect of this. It's not necessarily on the drug. It's on the drug too, just as much as it is on the human that did that. That's what I'm just going to say. And again, about the weed stuff, man, you should try and work out if you're smoking, because weed does a lot of harm to your organs. That's your lungs. So like,
ask the question again.
Why don't you just stop it? It's simple.
There's a lot of things that somebody can stop easily. Weed is not one of them. Sorry.
Really?
It's a choice.
Yeah.
So does that mean like when you start something now, probably let's say people that drink now, most people that I know that they drink, but most of them they can't really like change. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, I'm fucked up because I drank bullets last night, I was so fucked up and all. But before you see it, next week again, you see them in bar. They are drinking again. So does it come with, is it like a spiritual lead that make you keep doing it when you know that the baddest and the last experience I had was worst?
People that are addicted to drinking, they are trying to escape from one situation or the other. Most of them, nobody say they really like the fact that they always drink like that. So they already like have this notion in their head that drinking is just the only way they can escape. Imagine say if they go through divorce or heartbreak or shit like that. Apart from maybe drinking, no, I just ask now. We'll just talk like apart from drinking or smoking, which other thing you feel like say person if you do we go just make them escape, that just use them waste time or something. Crying.
Please don't be.
Listening to music. No, wait.
That's one of the reasons that gets people into substance abuse. They feel that that's the only escape that they have. Because temporarily, calm down. Temporarily, it makes them forget their problems. You get what? Let me see if you're even crying. Let's say you're going through heartbreak. You say you think it's by crying. You cry. You see, and if there's alcohol, you still can't take the alcohol. Yes, I'm telling you. Yes. Have you been in this situation before?
You drink alcohol.
Was the alcohol close by?
That means it's not escape from
Was it?
by crying. No, you don't look depressed. I'm talking about like how did you
Different situations actually. It wasn't just one. Okay, let me say the heartbreak situation, right? I cried like I really cried. I was taking my bath and I was crying. It was that bad. After that, I tell people always that crying is therapeutic. It helps you. It helps you. And I love music so much. So after crying, I watch movies. I chit chat with my friends. I just tell them, okay, this is how I feel, and we'll just laugh about it, and that's all. I went through stuff like really, really depressing stuff, and I did not take alcohol or weed.
Okay, you
that's for me.
To kill depression.
That's for me. It's not an excuse. For sure.
Okay, let me say something like I've seen a guy that he lost someone close to him. That person was very important in his life. The guy was a writer, something like that, and his partner. Let me just say they were gay, shall.
They were what?
They were gay, but it's from a movie. Like I'm using example. Like let me just use this example now. Like it's from a movie. Has anyone watched The Whale? The Whale. Yeah. If you see that movie now, you saw how the guy lost his partner, and the guy was eating every day because he was depressed. The guy was ordering food. No, I'm just using it as an example. Like some people might have lost someone personal, like someone very close to them, and they might be taking substance just to forget, just to lose the memory of that same person. Like if you lose someone, come on, that one is like maybe someone close to someone that is no. Like he was using food. I'm just using an example. Like it might be substance. Some people are taking substance. Some people might drink alcohol. They might take crack, cocaine, all this kind of.
As for me, I'm a kind of person that do, like, I don't know, maybe God, there's no too much water in my eye, I don't know why. But I don't too much cry like that. Even though something is paining me, I won't cry. I'll just put it inside me. And that thing, it's going to be paining me seriously. If I cry, I'm going to forget about that thing. If I do cry, I'm going to forget about that thing. And that does not mean that maybe I'll go and carry alcohol. As for me, I can't just sit down on my own that I want to drink alcohol. No. Maybe my friends are sitting, they'll not say, Amina, come and drink now or something. I've never used my money to buy alcohol before. Why? I was like, so me, if I have heartbreak, because I've never had one before though. So if I have heartbreak or something, I'll just cry, because if I cry out, if I just cry, I'll just forget about what I'll just forget about or whatever is bothering me or something like that.
So basically now, there's a question I want to ask. I know I've seen one movie that anytime this guy smoke weed or he take alcohol or he sniff, what do you call it, cocaine or whatever, anytime you do that, in the morning, afternoon or night, he will make money that same day. Like it enhances his own thinking. Yes. So, yes, it happens to some people. That's why some people use they use so does it really it helps some people? Why it doesn't help some people?
That's what gives him the inspiration to read, and it comes like if you see his result, you'll be like, now this guy when they smoke, they get this kind of result.
Most of us now, we don't in school. Most people are taking pills. Some people might just go and buy Predator or Fearless just to drink so that they can be awake to read. Like read their books. Some people too might take pills like other substance just to keep them for their aim. Maybe they have something to do.
I know somebody too. I was actually advising him to quit weed because as at then he was just in 100 level and I think he was just 17. But then he told me that weed helps him to read and understand. Like he cannot read and grasp on his own. He has to smoke weed or at least boil the leaf and take it like tea to help him assimilate. That is his own excuse though, because I wonder how he was coping in secondary school.
About music. Let's talk about how African music is now. I think we should talk about all these main top guys in African music. We see how all of them smoke. So where do you think they are getting that inspiration from? There's something they call dopamine in the brain, yeah? And these drugs, they help enhance that dopamine in your head. It gives you more creativity at that point. So if you're using this thing to enhance your brain and the capabilities, and is your the outputs that you're giving in your work is yielding results, positive results for you, why do you have to stop that? That's what I'm thinking. And then the health aspect, there are people that actually have counters to that health aspect by working out, by taking breaks, like momentary breaks, seeing your doctor, cleanse fruits. There are fruits out there that actually cleanse people. Watermelon, if you take watermelon to some extent, no amount of weed will be detected in your system if you go for a drug test. There's a way of like cheating all the disadvantage of all these intoxicants. That's what I'm just going to say there.
I found out that if you are steaming, if you are ingesting the smoke through steaming, it doesn't have a negative effect on you. It's when you are burning whatever or how they do it, that's when your lungs will start, that's when you're putting your lungs at risk. But if you are steaming it, like if you go to Jamaica now, there's a way they steam it with pots and everything. That one is just like vapor, coming out of the calabash and stuff, not carbon dioxide. So the only danger in smoking to me is just the carbon dioxide. If you can escape that one, I don't think there's going to be a problem. And apart from that, even if you smoke or you drink or you don't even do any of the two, I want you to understand that in one way or the other, you see they take toxin enter your body. For example, the kind of food you eat, all these saturated fats, Maggi, salt, drinks, all those things that in one way they are poisonous. It's just that it takes time for it to manifest. Do you understand? And because of saying enjoy yourself now, you go say that one makes sense. Africans, you go say that one makes sense. But since smoking or drinking go make you blah 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 like that, you just say no, that one is bad. You understand? So for me, talking about the benefits, if you have to weigh it, I would say if not 50-50, then the benefit is 60-40. Because if you're eating well and you're working out, come on, trust me, you live a longer life. Besides, I don't even think it's about smoking or drinking this time around. There are men, very old people that drink. Like my grandmother, I don't know her age, but she's old. She's a great grandmother. So if anybody can be on that level, then she's as old as you get. So she drinks, but not too much. And she said the drink helps her. So if you say they help her, you're going to tell her, say, drinking bad. She did tell you, say, the drink they help her, you from nowhere. Nobody say it inside her body or anything. You say drinking they bad. So come on, that's so, hypocritical and complicated as well.
According to religious or belief, Christianity and Islamic religion don't support such. So me, it's based on me as an idol worshiper that I be like this. They do anything we want to. So and all this smoke, come on, baby, they feel that.
You were saying something like taking all these substances, like it helps you, but we haven't really said anything about the mental disorder that all these substances can cause. Like some people now, when they take this substance, they do skip, forget. So, and if you are drinking, genetics, some people, like now, someone in their family might have diabetes, and you are drinking alcohol, like you might be likely to have it if someone from your household have that sickness before. Like it influences the risk of you getting diabetes. Your blood sugar level can get high, all those kind of things. So what can we say about that? If you have anything to say.
Talking about chronic ailments, and how all these drugs influences them. I think to an extent, it's just a little scale between how life is beating you and how that ailment is going to beat you. So like life could hit you to an extent where you feel like, that sickness is not going to be something that you cannot handle compared to how life is hitting you. So some people just like use that barrier to just wait. And I'm going to also talk about doctor give prescriptions of all these things. Do you know?
There's a prescription. That's why prescription is for a reason.
Prescription, but it's still the same drugs now.
That's why he gives you a prescription so that you don't.
Why do you think it has gotten to that part Why do you think it got to the part where they are using it in medicine?
It's medicine, like weed, for instance.
if you are
It's
seeing
medicine,
prescription, there's
but
amounts that
you
you can
abuse
take.
it to get
There's
a
amount
certain
that you can
effect.
take.
That's where the
That's
problem
why they
sets in
prescribe
now.
it. That's how
Chill.
you prescribe. There's amount.
Let me land. There are some patients with chronic cancer, but they can't eat. Now you see doctors giving them prescription of marijuana so that to help them eat.
For cancer patients?
Yes.
Cancer patient.
You're sure?
Yes.
I never hear about that one. But,
Okay, I've not heard of that one.
But
Not necessarily cancer, chronic ailments. But yeah, I know cancer patients with doctors, they actually give prescription of drugs for.
like,
So it will help them calm down.
drugs, not weed.
Weed is drugs, bro. What the fuck are you saying, man?
Okay, carry
So that's what I'm saying. If this thing can go into medicine and it can be used, it's just the same way as somebody prescribing Panadol for himself. That's what I'm just gonna say. That's what it feels for me. It's just a level of control for everybody. The alcohol, the weed. It just gets to a point where you're sane enough to know that I've reached my limit. Let me stop here. Bam. So it will not affect anybody else. So for me, generally, if what you are doing is not directly affecting you or affecting somebody close to you,